What's up, everybody? This your boy Nick, man. Just coming back at y'all and giving y'all an update. Happy New Year to everybody too, man. You know, it's another time. Haven't made a video since then. Last video that I made was just a SoundCloud recording. But I just want to come back and give y'all a little bit of information, man. Give y'all an update, like I was saying. We still working on this video. 1828 to 1829 and 1830. You know, that's when Andrew Jackson was basically coming about. And he was doing all his stuff with his Indian Removal Act and all that crap. And that's a lot of stuff that's involved from here on out. You know, so we basically going to take our time on it and make sure that we get everything covered. I've been a little busy with my personal life, family matters and stuff, and my business. Been trying to get that all situated. My truck kind of went down on me, so I've been situated with that, trying to get it taken care of, and ain't really had a lot of time to put in the work that I need to. But now that I got a little free time, man, we've been doing a little bit more research. But what I was making this video today about was I wanted to give you, I was doing some research, man, and you know, me and my girl was looking into everything, and you know, I came across just somehow I came across all the treaties that America had been involved in, you know, from the pre-Revolutionary War treaties all the way down to the Indian treaties and, you know, the international treaties that they made with everybody. And one thing that I noticed that America ain't never made a treaty with Africa, ever. And then also I went and looked at the British people, and I noticed that they didn't make many treaties with Africa neither. But, you know, you would think that they would have millions of treaties that would have been set up. They had this company that was called the Royal African Company that was set up. But I couldn't see where it was really a slave post. I seen a couple of forts that they had set up. I really didn't go extensive into that research, so I'm not going to speak on it too much, man. But I just know that they didn't make a lot of treaties with Africa, as you would expect. But as I was going through these treaties, man, like what I want y'all to really know is that after every single time that they made a war, they was making treaties. And I mean, there's no need to make a treaty if you don't have a problem. But the thing about it is that they the ones who was causing the problems. And I was reading this article. I wish I could find out where the article was at. But basically, it was an article talking about one of the treaties that was made between the Indians up in New York. Some of the New York Indians, the Buffalo Treaty or something like that. It was made in supposed to been 1780 or something like that. But you know, it was one of the treaties that they made with the people up in the north. Well, long story short, man, basically they was having meetings with the Indian people, and the Indians was like, hey, what the hell? What y'all talking about? Why y'all think y'all can get my land? Well, this is what they said. They said, well, since Great Britain had claimed all the land out there to the west, you know, they had claimed all the land out to the Mississippi, and they was fighting a war with Great Britain. Since they was fighting a war with Great Britain, now they considered all the Indians to have been on the side of Great Britain, because you coming into their land just fighting. They just fighting you back. They didn't give a damn what you was doing there. They just knew you was fighting. So basically, this is what they told the Indian chiefs. They said, well, since the British lost the fight and they had claims to everything, they had made claims. The British say, hey, well, we claim everything to the Mississippi. You know, France claimed everything on the other side. Britain said, we claim everything to the Mississippi. And since the United States had fought a war and supposedly beat Britain, but we already know that Great Britain and America is the same thing. That's why you got the District of Columbia. It's not sovereign to America. It's not sovereign to the United States. You know, we ran from D.C. You know what I mean? So Great Britain, but even though, all right, this is what they said. They said, well, since Great Britain lost the war, we gonna give y'all have to give us the land now. Now y'all entitled to hold it up, and y'all land is owned by America, because they said that they rights to the land, and they would go into these people and try to explain it to them like this, like, hey, you know, a fight was fought about y'all land, and the people who was trying to take it first, they lost, but we won, so now we taking it. And then they would come in and try to force and enforce policies on our people, trying to, you know, make them sign papers and treaties and stuff like that, and make them say, hey, that was their whole reason, because they said, because they claimed this land, they didn't have the right to it. And the Indians was like, well, what make y'all think y'all had the right? And they started trying to make them believe that they was on the side of the British, because they was fighting against the people. They was fighting against all sides, you know. But that's a sidebar, man. And I was just, you know, looking into that, man, I found that quite ironic that that's their mentality. And they really seriously believe that. They think that they own stuff. They think that they are owed something. You know, they think that they have the right. If you ever see the movies, they be like, well, it's our duty and our destiny of God to go spread the word of our Lord across the sea, across the world. You know, and they take the story of Jesus Christ and they kill, murder, rape, do everything that you can think of in the name of Jesus. And just straight up inhumane, you know. But then they go out here and try to justify it all. Well, I had also come across some other information, man, that I want to share with y'all that was quite interesting. And I'm pretty sure that this site was made by one of the $5 Indians, or so to say. Because basically what they was trying to do is they was trying to go in and justify why they people weren't recorded onto the census. You know, they was trying to justify why they weren't seen, why you don't see them. And, you know, I'm going to put a link to this website right here. I'm going to put the link to this one in the description. Because it was kind of hard to find just by Google searching. I came across this one luckily, man. But it's basically, let me see if I can give y'all, my phone be acting crazy whenever I try. All right, there you go. But that's the web address right there. But I'm going to still put a link down in the description, man, because even that is kind of hard to find. But basically, man, here we go. Basically, this site was put together, like I say, probably by one of the $5 Indians or somebody. They was trying to reason why they wasn't in the paperwork, why they was never put in the census reports, why you don't see what you would call a Native American in the paperwork, okay? And you're going to find it quite ironic as to what they were saying that they were and who they were. And I mean, I really believe that what they saying is 100% true, and I stand behind what they saying. But they don't understand what they saying, you know? But look, check this out, you know, in 1790 to 1830 is when it's kind of interesting, you know. In 1790, it's just basically telling you that they omitted Indians. They not taxed. You know what I mean? Indians are not taxed. Distinguished free persons. They say the Indians are omitted from this census. All right. It says distinguished free persons, including those bound to service for from all others. Indians living wild, generally meaning Plains Indians in the West or reservations, were not taxed. Basically, they weren't taxed or they weren't counted, you know. But those who were enumerated were recorded in the all other free column. All right. Now they're saying everybody else that they knew about was considered to be all other free. You know, you had white, you had slave, and you had all other free. This is in 1790 now. All right. 1800. Indians living off the reservation. Now think about it. Now these people have been documented. Fucking Andrew Jackson, he hated Indians. Everybody ever since Columbus, they called them Indians. Now why all of a sudden that they not being documented? They were documented. But the thing is that these people are trying to make you think that they weren't, that they wasn't, when they already was. Now it's gonna show you. Now they're gonna try to justify it and try to make it seem like, oh well, yeah, this is where they was counted at. All right, 1800. Indians living off of reservations and not wild would have been recorded in the all other free persons. All other free persons column. All right, that's where they would have been recorded. All right, options were free white, slave, and other free persons. All right, so you got a free white person, you got a slave person, and you got other free persons. Now we know Negroes was at this time. You had free Negroes because the first slave owner supposedly was a Negro. So you got white, slave, and all other free persons. All right, you don't see black on there. You don't see Negro on there. You don't see colored person on there. You just see all other free persons. All right. Then you got 1810. Indians living off of reservations would have been recorded in the all other column on the census form. All right. The other options were free whites, slave, and all other. Once again, that's 1910. Same thing. Nothing changed. All right. Then you get to 1820. All right. Indians living off of the reservations would have been recorded in the free colored persons. Hold on now. Indians living off of reservations. So you mean to tell me that the people that was not on your reservations that you knew about would have been recorded as free colored persons category, okay? Other options were free whites, slaves, and all others except Indians not taxed. No, it wasn't. It was free colored persons. So you see how they tried to switch that up? They tried to switch it up and say that they put on that all others except Indians. It didn't say all others except Indians. It said free colored persons category. Okay. 1830. Indians living off the reservations and not wild. Wild, what they mean by that is the Negro, the savage Indians, the ones that did not want to have anything to do with their society, the ones that had their own society and fought valiantly against them, were considered to be wild. Would have been recorded in the free colored persons category. There we go with that, free persons of color, you know. And they also telling you that these would have been the Indians. Indians are free persons of color. All right. Other options were free whites and slaves. Now, like I had told somebody else, the only way that you became a slave is if they could actually capture you. And they actually held you into bondage. And they kept you that way. That's why they would keep you in chains. But not a lot of our people were slaved like that. Like the majority of our population was not slaves. Only a few was. And in some instances where you would have the documentation, like our people that knew about these people, sometimes they would go back and they would buy some of their people away from them in order to get them out of it. They didn't want to wage war with these people because they knew they were nothing but they was trying to just war. So our people might be a smaller nation and want to just, get their people back. So they'll go to them, buy some of their slaves, bring them back. Boom, they got them back. All right. But the thing about it is that, our people didn't just enslave our people like that. And the type of shit that they did as far as slavery, man, they castrating people and raping and killing little kids. That type of stuff we didn't do, man. We had honor. We humane. We got some type of sense about ourselves, man. But I want to go down here also. I'm not gonna read all of this, man, because it get pretty deep. But y'all go back through here, man, when y'all get a chance, and go ahead and read it as much as you can, But I did want y'all to see this other little piece down here at the bottom. That's where because I looked at the bottom and I had seen this crap and I was like, huh? What you mean by that? What does that mean? Okay, it's down here towards the bottom, man. It's a lot in this, man. Y'all need to go back and check it out. And if you can, read over it as much as you can, This was the 1960, in the 1960s report. I wanted y'all to see, okay, here we go, right there. If y'all can see where it says 117, American Indians report, okay? Now, this is how they were saying that you were supposed to identify the American Indian, all right? And then right above that one, you got Negroes too. You got Mexicans, You got basically, but look, read what that say. On 117, it say American Indians report. American Indian, IND, for persons of mixed white and Indian blood. For mixed, that's what they would call an American Indian. An American Indian is a person of mixed white and Indian blood if enrolled in an Indian agency or reservation roll. If not so enrolled, they should be reported as Indian in the proportion of Indian blood. If the proportion of Indian blood is 1/4 or more, or if they are regarded as Indian in the community where they live, basically in those communities where they live, and Indian kids, blah blah blah. But basically, man, what it's saying is American Indians, what they would consider to be an American Indian was somebody who was the American Indians, like they talk about today. All they talk about is American Indians, American Indians. In order to be classified as an American Indian, you had to be mixed with white people, and what they considered to be Indian blood, okay? And then also right above, you see for Negroes, it say for Negroes, for persons of mixed white and Negro percentage, a person of mixed Indian and Negro blood should be returned as Negro. So it didn't matter if you had Indian in it. You still classified as Negro. Now, I've been looking at a lot of censuses, and I had never seen Indian wrote on it like that. Now, you know what I mean? I never seen it wrote as far as what I mean, I'm down here in Georgia. We were around here by all these Cherokee and Creek Indians, and I know a lot of them. but I've never seen it documented onto our census reports and stuff like that. I've always just seen black, white, mulatto, simple as that. But basically, what they would do is they would classify you. Now, this whole article, man, basically it goes through and it's got a lot of different year by year. What it does is it tell you how your instructions were to record these people. Now, you see in 1940, now this is the time, but see, this is what I want y'all to really, really understand. Between 1860 and 1940 is when, 1860 is when they started trying to put the word Indian, if I'm not mistaken. They tried to put Indian onto it, you know what I mean? But that's after they had already done all their bull crap of trying to remove us from our heritage and trying to make the Indian at that point in time was considered to be somebody, look what it said in 1860, Indians not taxed were enumerated. However, the categories differed a bit this year. The families of Indians who have renounced tribal rule, those are the people like the $5 Indians, the recognized people. These are the people that they recognized, that made treaties with them. And most of them was a mixed race. Most of them wasn't original people. Most of them wanted to usually mix with them because of the fact that they would either have a child with one of the European people or they would have some type of connection to them. And that's most of the case. Same with our people now. You got a lot of our people that's got mixed kids that feel like, different towards black and white. But, that's something that's understandable. But the thing is, man, is that these people, this is what they did. That's how they tricked us now. But see, now you still got a whole generation of people like, basically, it's genocide, man. This is paper genocide. These people tried to make an attempt to try to explain how they were never here, But even in their paperwork, they tell you who they are. Now, you got American Indians. American Indians, we know who Indians was. Indians were Negroes or free people of color, But then the American Indians had to be mixed with white people. That's the only way that you could be an American Indian was to be mixed with white people. And that's on the 1960 census, man. I encourage y'all to continue to go on and look and do this information, man. I hadn't completely finished looking through this whole article, but I mean, just from what I can tell, man, this is some crazy stuff how they try to hide stuff. But the more questions that we ask, the more answers we're gonna get. But I'm gonna end that right now, man, and let y'all continue. But like I said, just go ahead and go look it up. Go look at this link. I'm gonna put it in the description, man. Till the next time, I'm gonna try to get this wars video, man. I got a couple of days off, so I'm gonna have this wars video. Try to get it done in the next couple of days, man. But I appreciate y'all for supporting and sharing the videos and everything, man. And we just gotta continue to do this work, man. But until the next time, God bless y'all.